Interesting. The back of this tea cartridge says, drink good tea, and then the drink is crossed out and it says experience good tea. Feels weird. I don't know if I like that. But I cannot deny the quality of the tea. It is good tea. Regardless of whether or not you're just drinking it or experiencing it. Ooh, that was weird. Just got a whiff of dog. I don't own a dog. Hello, Ruby. On the third, say he rises. Day. I don't know what you're talking about. I never died. Also not a cult. There is no hailing here. How are you doing today, Ruby? Good. Glad to hear it. Just slowly getting things set up, letting my water cool off so I can enjoy some unburned tea. Easiest song of my life, Super Smash Bros. Melee? No. Just so much no. Yo, Believer, how's it going? Welcome. Glad to see that you're here. Stupid Ohio weather. What's the deal with the weather? I'm here, but I'll be playing Nioh while watching you. Sounds good. I'm not familiar with Nioh. Is it any good? Soul Read, Amori. No, it's not Amori either. It won't make up its damn mind. Yeah. It's cold where I'm at too. It was warm yesterday and now it is cold. Although I did get to go on a nice walk today, and that was lovely. Nioh is basically a better Dark Souls set in fantasy Japan history. Oh, that's right, you were telling me about that. It sounds really interesting actually. I'd love to catch it sometime. Pong for the N64. No, it is not Pong. In case you're curious, people like to... I usually play a song from a video game prior to the streams, and if anybody can guess the name of the game that the song is from, you get a cookie. Which puts you up on the scoreboard that's sideways, because it's getting longer. I swear. Oh, well, we didn't have 80-degree weather. We were not that fortunate. It was 50, though. Now we're down back into, like, the 36 to 24 range. As it goes. Hang on, time traveling to get the right answer. Good luck. All the songs sound familiar, but I can never remember the song. I mean, it's a tough game. For sure. Me and my brothers used to play kind of things like this with each other. So like one of our favorites was we would play a Pokemon cry for one another, and we would try and identify the Pokemon based on the cry that it made when it was sent out, which is a ridiculously hard game because much later into my life, after listening to enough of them side by side, you start to realize that some of them are ridiculously similar to each other. Like, I think Caterpie and Butterfree are exactly the same, except Butterfree's is pitched up by a half step. So, like, unless you have near perfect pitch, you're just kind of running off of vibes. And then, like, even that cry is very similar to other cries. What's my favorite Pokemon? I've got a really, really soft spot for Trico. So, Sonic Spinball. No, it's not Sonic Spinball. But yeah, no, Trico's definitely it, because, I don't know. The third gen games, like, it was literally the first Pokemon that I had ever played and acquired. It's kind of like the thing that got me into video games. I bought my Game Boy Advance off of some kid for $20, and he gave me his Game Boy Advance, Pokemon Sapphire, and like the mount device that would like anchor itself on top of the Game Boy Advance with like the magnifying glass to make the screen look bigger, and a overhead light so you could play it in the dark. Had an OG Game Boy. I'm very old. Honestly, I probably would have ended up with one if I got into video games sooner in my life. But it wasn't until I was like 8 that I actually owned anything. Mine's Dragonite. Got a plushie of him in my room since I was young, and since I was a young lad playing Red. Very good. I have a Psyduck and a Snorlax. I actually sleep with the Snorlax one. That plush is very comfortable, and I sleep better when I hold on to something. So, Miitopia. It's not Miitopia. I have an NES with Tetris and Super Mario Bros. 3. Nice, nice, nice. I think the oldest console I have is a PlayStation 1, which I acquired when I was like 16. First console I ever owned, though, is my GameCube, which lives in a duffel bag on my shelf because I don't have a CRT to plug it into, which could be obtainable. I like Mawile. Mawile's sick. Also a great Pokemon. But again, I'm a Gen 3 head. I'm like, oh yeah, Metagross is super cool. Mawile's super cool. I like Sableye. I think Nosepass is really funny, but so cool. I got it, Baba, 100%, no doubt. Survival Kids for the GameCube. No. I'm one of those first two gens, and I dropped off after Gold and got back into it with like X and Y. Nice. Honestly, I recommend the Black and White games if you haven't played them. The sprite art on them is fantastic, and I think, honestly, it's my favorite Pokemon game in terms of aesthetic. Like, it's still when we're all nice and pixely, but the Pokemon have full motion when you battle with them and stuff. If you ever want to play them, I'll loan you my copies. You're more than welcome to restart the save file if you'd like. The oldest consoles beside the SNES and the whole line of Nintendo consoles. Oh, yeah. So you probably got the Super Nintendo and the N64 and all that stuff. Which, you know. Older than all that. No, it's not Mario either. Although, honestly, I thought X and Y were pretty good games. When I started having gripes with the Pokemon games when Sun and Moon came out. And then that was remedied when the Auras games came out. So Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby were good. But I was also a Gen 3 nerd. And so watching those games come out, it was like, oh my god, it's so exciting to have these again. And so I can openly admit that I'm nostalgia blind when it comes to anything regarding that generation. But every Pokemon game after that has been absolute, like, not worth it. I don't think I can buy more Pokemon games unless they're actually good. Sun and Moon were rough. Yeah, and apparently like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were okay, but like I couldn't do it. I had already beaten Moon. I couldn't play through Ultra whatever because it was just like exactly the same with like bonuses, and I couldn't. That wasn't enough to engage me through it. I've not played base Sun and Moon, but I have played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. See, and like if that had been like the context of which I'd played them, I probably would have actually enjoyed the games. But it wasn't. I played through Sun and Moon, and they are basically one and the same, except, you know, one's a finished game and the other one isn't. And it feels that way. Do I want to buy Fire Red for 20 bucks? No, I'm going to emulate Fire Red for 20 bucks. Or for free. I'm going to emulate it for free. Are you kidding me? That ROM has existed on the internet for ever. With hundreds and hundreds of different ways to play it, that makes it more interesting. You could do like a randomizer, you could do Nuzlocke, you could do all those things. Don't tell the Pokemon Company. my ultimate goal. All right, we're actually there. We're ready. Speaking of Pokemon, this is actually from a Pokemon game. It's called Pokemon Picross. You like make images based on like tile values that they give you. Very, very fun puzzle game. Thank you, Pokemon Picross. So rigged. Yeah, probably. All right. Loved that game. Yeah, it's so good. All right, the lobby is open. I will have the lobby ID displayed for anybody who wants to join. 24-0261-6687-9983. No password, so feel free to join as we get started. I knew it, gosh darn it. Should have guessed it. Those games are decently easy, and I prefer them over base. As you said, the base games are just unfinished. Yeah. Welcome. Incoming. Liz gets to post first, and then whoever would like to join next is more than welcome to. Let's start off with some nice casual Gunlance gameplay. God. Back at it with my favorite Monster Hunter game. This game really just stole my life away when I was in high school and college. I probably did more of this game than I did studying. Or played more of this game than I did study. And then I get to make some tea. Yo, Faison, how's it going? Welcome. Are you gonna join us today? I feel like I don't see you all that often these days. Yes, sir. Hell yeah. Get in here, Faison. So let's have a time. Lava Sloth. Good monster, good monster. I should start using points again because I have maxed out points. Didn't get Defender, shame. Man. I can't believe it is already Monday. I felt like this weekend was non-existent. You know what I mean? Just up and disappeared on us. I think I did get to enjoy a nice bike ride this weekend. That was nice. I think it was Friday. I moved house, so I totally understand. Ooh. Are you fully moved into the new space then? Also, how far are you away from joining us, Faison? Otherwise, we'll start this one quest and then we'll come back. I see Ruby's about to try and jump in. Fully moved in. Love to hear it. Talk about Nintendo charging $20 for Fire Red and Leaf Green separately. So, yeah, that is that is a problem. The fact. So here's the thing that really bugs me. Right here, actually, let me show you the cool thing that the Nintendo Switch, the first one, does. If you go over here and you scroll here, look at that. It's the Game Boy Advance emulator. The Game Boy Advance already exists on the Switch as an emulator. And you get all of those games with like the Nintendo Switch Online thing. So explain to me why they charged $20 for a game that existed on the Game Boy Advance, that they could just put the fully emulated version of the game onto their emulator, their emulator, not even like an emulator that you could run on your computer. As like, it's insane. It's ludicrous. They really should have just put it on there for free, or, no, that's it. That's what they should have done. They should not be charging $20 for one game, let alone, $40 if you want to get both of them, which people are going to do because people are suckers for Pokemon. That's just how Pokemon is. Unfortunately, we cannot seem to look past the fact that, like, Pokemon has been bad for a very long time and in a very bad state for a very long time. Moving back my setup after beating my brothers in Mario Tennis. Okay, sounds good. In which case, I will queue up into this quest, reserve that 4th spot for you, Phazon, as number 4 in the queue. Oh, that's good tea. That's really good tea. Ooh. But yeah, no. But Baba, you get the Pokemon Home. That should also be free. Last time I checked, that was free on the 3DS. Or maybe it was a paid service. That might be what it was. Like you paid like $5 a month to use it or something like that. But still. Like, I think it's so dumb that they are charging us. Like, I'm upset that we've already purchased Wind Waker 3 times. Sorry. We had the base game, we had the HD remake, and then we had the HD remake on, like, the Switch or something like that. It's insane. Need megas? No, we need good Pokemon games. Sorry. I genuinely think that Pokemon is a money sink, and I refuse to throw any more money into the sink. And so, maybe somebody will make the argument that, like, oh, but, like, I really want to play Fire Red and Leaf Green. There's no HD Wind Waker on Switch. Just put Dolphin on your computer. Your computer is as powerful as a GameCube. I guarantee it can run it. But yeah, no, to answer, it's like, if you really want to play Fire Red and Leaf Green, download an emulator. And if you go, well, I don't have a computer to play that on, you can find emulators on your phone. I've played Game Boy Advance games on my cell phone before. And Pokemon isn't like oh, I gotta hit all the buttons. It's not a platformer. It's a turn-based combat system. You can menu on your phone. The whole game is menus. There's the GameCube version with online. Okay, there we go. But Babo, it's official. Officially what? $20? Oh, wait, that's right. It likes to spawn an area of 9. I don't know where I'm going. Jeez. We've been playing it unofficially for like the past 15 years. It's crazy that we're paying for it again. It's officially a ripoff, yes. Here's the only caveat that I could ever justify, which is if they is it a 1-to-1 remake or is it an updated remake? Because in Fire Red and Leaf Green, we didn't have the physical and special split for moves. That was a Gen 4 mechanic. And so, like, if they remade Fire Red and Leaf Green with the updated move sets and like the physical special split, maybe it's justifiable. Maybe. But like, and that is such a maybe. But if it's literally just a one-to-one version of the original game, absolutely not worth it. It's the same ROM. Okay, so yeah, no. Oh. My favorite is Heart Gold with the Sacred Gold ROM hack. Can't get that one from Official. Yeah, exactly. No, the ROM hacks are cool. Get the ROM hacks. Jeez, I'm getting blown up. But yeah, no. That's my take. This is a giant fish. It's been a while since I've hunted a lava sloth. That's alright. That's what warming up is for, right? Get better at the game before we actually have to fight anything hard. Just gonna pretend like those rocks aren't there. Walk past them. Rude. Honestly, I haven't played a whole lot of Pokemon ROMs. It's been on my, like, I've considered it, but, and I've heard great things about some of them. Like, God, Pokerogue, I've heard great things about Pokerogue. If you want to play, like, a roguelite that is just a Pokemon-themed roguelite. I've heard it's cool. My brother got way into it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Liz. I thought for sure I was far enough away. That's all right. Gave us an opportunity to sleep on. All is good, I think. All right, Liz, let's see what you got. Well, I didn't topple. That's a shame. Jeez. Big ol' fire fishy. But yeah, honestly, I regret not playing more Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think I wanted to use some of my favorite Pokemon, but they weren't very good Pokemon. And so by the end of the game, right, like my only water type was Mantine, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I love Mantine. I think Manta Ray is so cool as a Pokemon, and I'm so sad that its stats are just like so bad. Hello, Kai. How are you doing? They're genuinely great. I take Karen's advice and only use my favorite Pokemon. Who cares about the meta? This is true. This is true. But the game is actually hard. At a certain point, I'm just like, oh, God, I want to be using almost better Pokemon just because the game is as hard as it is. It's officially what? It's officially $20 kills me. This is true. I paid 20 bucks. Here's one thing I will give it. I paid 20 bucks for it when I was a child. That is how much I paid for the Game Boy Advance games when they were like still behind the counter. And honestly, these days the price has only gone up. If you go into like any GameStop and you look in the cabinet and you see a copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green, they are selling it for 45 to 60 bucks. So, you know, Nintendo charging 20 bucks. I've seen bigger ripoffs. But it's still a ripoff. God damn, my drip is good. My friend had a level 100 Eevee called Stevie. And it was shit, but he loved it so much. That is hilarious. Yeah, that's like because they're rarish, out of production. Yeah, exactly. That is so funny though. Good old Stevie. All right, Ruby, it is your turn to post. But I mean, I don't know if I'd call that justifiable. But I mean, also, right, again, you can emulate it for free. If you want to find it, if you actually just want to play the games, you can find them for free. Let me get my setup set up. Cool. We can just sit here and chat for a minute while I think about things. I was having a good time with this dual blade setup the other day. Did I save it? I hope I did. I think I did. Yeah, there it is. Nintendo defenders are fucking insane. I mean, yeah, but they're always going to exist because nostalgia is crazy. Like, the things that nostalgia does to people is absolutely ludicrous. And that includes defending Nintendo. And unfortunately, nobody can really criticize Nintendo's actions because people are still keeping them in business. You know? Like, at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to get Nintendo to change is if they see their profits drop. But that's just not happening. So, therefore, you know, as one of the people who is attempting to make Nintendo's profits drop by, you know, speaking it as to how it is, and refusing to buy their games these days. But that's really all you can do. I'm doing as much as I can. Yo, Rick Rules, how's it going? Welcome in. Let me give you a quick shout out. If you guys haven't followed Rick Rules before, or know who they are, he is a wonderful streamer who plays tons and tons of indie games. So if you ever like want to know what an indie game is like, I guarantee, like, if he hasn't played it, he will play it. And his, I don't know, his motto is, you know, he'll buy and play the game for you, so that way you can see if it's good or not before buying it for yourself. And just giving credit to where credit is due for people who make very, very good video games on their own time and on their own money, rather than, you know, the AAA nonsense. Like Pokemon. Of course, Rick Rules. At work, on lunch, hell yeah. Hope lunch is treating you. Well, we just started streaming, so, you know, we're getting into it. Like Pokemon. Yeah, exactly. Where the hell is Gold Digger? Isn't that a Golden Raytheon quest? Are you two still coworkers? I don't think Rick Rule and I ever worked together. How am I today, my beautiful dude? I'm doing well. Today was my day off, so I'm enjoying it. I did some cleaning. I'm running laundry. I played some music. I went on a walk. I picked up some candy. It was okay. All things are good. Yeah, what? Gaslighting. No, me and Rook literally never worked together. You're thinking of other people. I'm not even sure if Rook and I have ever lived in the same state or country. I know it's hard to believe, but we've never met in real life. This is so true. This is so gaslighting. You've gaslit yourself, Ruby, into believing that Rook and I were friends. Or not friends, but like, you know, knew each other IRL. I swear you told us. No. There have been other coworkers that have stopped by, but not Rook Rules. Damn. No. It was no, that's not right. My brain mixed up IRL and friends. Hey, there we go. What kind of Valor? Yeah. Valor makes sense here. We are friends. Sounds like a busy day, but that's awesome. I did the gym yesterday, and oof, I'm feeling it. Ooh, yeah, I believe that. I did some rock climbing this weekend, and that was a good time. Which, only further, like, made me excited for this rock gym that's being built in my area, because I've only been able to go rock climbing maybe once every couple of weeks. At the most frequent, it was like once a week, which is not often enough for you to actually like show signs of improvement. And when I like to go rock climbing, I like to do it in such a way where I go consistently so that way I can actually get better at the thing. And work on routes that are like specialized and, you know, things of that nature. And so now that one's finally being built in my area, I will be able to start doing that again, which I haven't been able to for like the past 2.5 years. So the combination of all these things is like, I went rock climbing this weekend and I felt a part of my identity come back that like I haven't really gotten to have for 2.5 years. And then I got excited because I will get to continue to live out this thing that I like to do that I identify with being me within like the next month. If that makes any sense. Babo died and rose 3 days later. This is not true. I did not die. Therefore, I cannot rise again. I took a break from streaming because I had a busy weekend. Started playing Limbus Company. Never heard of it. Is that enough? Oh my god, I barely was able to sidestep that. You mean Lethal Company, maybe? A fun game. Should I use Gun Lance? No, I'm just gonna back off there. Come back in. Ah! That's fine, actually, because now Dragonheart procs. Got him. Or I guess her. I think Limbus Company is a visual novel. Oh, is it? It's a gacha game. Scary. I know it's free to play. Gotcha, gotcha. Ow. See if we can get this tail here. Ow! What do you mean there was a hitbox there? Is there a queue? There is if you ask to be in it. Just say we have not started a queue because nobody has asked to join. Well. But I will put you into the queue as number 1. Can I? Absolutely. Oh, I fucked up. Awesome sauce. I want to test out this negative crit blunt build that I made with the worn out dual blade or charge blade. Yeah, I remember you mentioning it, or I seen you post the build on Discord as you were working on it. I'm excited to see what that ends up looking like. All right, I should probably heal. Oh! Solid. I thought negative crit at the time worked like Gore Magala's weapons, where you just do the inverse affinity. I was wrong. Yeah, no, that so that's I think something else, right? Negative crit is just minus crit. Yeah, people say it's super easy to get gotchas. Also, you get all the characters off the bat. Well, that's nice. If it's a safe gotcha, you know what I mean? There are very, very scary gotchas, and there are some safe gotchas. Wait, that was in my left ear, bud. Which means it's probably over here. Oh, nope. Damn this monster. Damn the jungle, honestly. According to Google, it's 25% to do 200% more damage based on bad crit. Oh, okay. That is different. That's actually really cool. I totally understand the appeal of that. So, 25% chance on every 70%. Okay, I see. So rather than doing negative crit damage all the time, you only do negative crit damage some of the time, and the negative crit damage that you do is actually like way stronger. Oh! Fuck you, Belongo. Knocked out my castle walls. I got the SP arts, which is great, because that was the thing I really wanted here, but still. The defense boost was going to be nice. If I just wanted SP arts, I would just do things for SP arts. Did someone throw a dung bomb on it? Is that what happened? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a cool idea as a build. I'm curious if there's any way to recognize, like, if there's a visual cue when that actually procs, or if it's just, like, kind of based off of, like, vibes. You probably already know, but it's also full yellow. Right, as it should be. If you're going to be running a blunt build. Get back here. Damn you. So full blunt bonus always. Hell yeah. That's nice. I want to say... Oh, there's a whole slew of areas that could have gone to. I'm going to take this route, though. Actually, I think I just nailed it. Yeah. Oh, nice AA flare. All it needs is a talisman with fencing and polar. Sick. Dragon Heart's procs, yeah. I'm surprised how much I'm bouncing with white and purple sharpness. This monster just has some no-hit zones. I'm going to remember that the next time I fight it, and remember to bring my blunt build. One of my 3 blunt builds. Ah, this gun lance just fucked her up. It was a good hit, for sure. I appreciated seeing the hit. Is Castle Walls worth it? I like Castle Walls. Limbus Company has interesting gameplay. It's coin flipping. Ah. I AA flared her out of the air like 4 times. It was, I mean, it was impressive. I definitely enjoyed seeing the last one up close and personal. But I did recognize a few times where she got knocked out of the air. Which, now that I acknowledge that you're running A flare, makes total sense. Or I can see that. Yo, Echo, oof. Echo of Party, how's it going? I trust you to bring MHGU at any occasion. I try my best. It's a good game. I'm a dip. Good luck, happy hunting. Sounds good, Believer. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And Kai, if you want to get in here, spot's about to open up. Aren't you hyped for Stories 3? I mean, yes and no. I actually never really got into the Stories games. I was always more of a main game Monster Hunter player. I always run AA Flare with this set. I mean, it's a great move regardless of whether or not the monster flies. It's got tons and tons of guard point on it, and also it's just tons of damage. Guarantees that you get off a Wyvern shot, resets your heat gauge. It does all kinds of things. I just finished Stories 3 last night. Congratulations, Faison. Great fit, Ruby. Hatsune Miku. Never mind. Less great fit. No, it looks great. I dig it. Holy Piku. No. It's hard to get the turn-based combat system of Stories, even though they're done beautifully in terms of animations. That makes sense. I mean, again, it's not a game that I think I'd be against playing. It's just I already do so much Monster Hunter when I stream regularly. It's hard for me to want to invest time into like a story-based Monster Hunter game when there's so many other story-based games I'm trying to play, if that makes sense. It's just rock, paper, scissors. I mean, I don't know. I'd get into it. That part just doesn't click with you. Good old rock. Nothing beats it. This is true. Actually, so one of my favorite things that I tried to do during a statistics in my statistics class back in high school was I did a statistical study on what gets thrown out the most in terms of rock, paper, scissors. Long story short, it was inconclusive, and yeah, the data was not accurate. But I also don't believe that I accurately collected said data. I've been meaning to redo this study over a series of multiple games played for either absolutely no reason or like kind of like in an environment where people are playing rock, paper, scissors in a without knowing that a study is being done, if that makes sense. I feel like the second people start to overthink it, they start to throw out what they believe is like the most likely to win rather than throwing out what most often gets thrown out 90% of the time. Also, Faison, your turn to post. Feel free to post whatever you would like. It's rock, paper, scissors, but you have to guess if the monster looks power, speed, or technical. Interesting. Having basic Monster Hunter knowledge helps a lot. Okay, gotcha. That would make sense. We'll run some aerial gunlands. This is a fun set. So things are still crazy in the American continent? Oh, absolutely. Nothing has gotten less crazy. If anything, it's only gotten more crazy. Oh, 3 gun lances? Maybe I won't do this. I'm sure I'm the only aerial user, but like if we do up shots, I'm gonna get knocked right out of the sky. We need 4. No, we need less. Glad you are consistent and coherent. I try to be. And actually, here's the thing, right? Is like a majority of the American people are those 2 things. Gun lance, you get back here, damn it. It's the loud minority that seems to have control of it's a loud minority that has power right now, and that's what a lot of people in other countries are seeing. I'm sorry, I can't. As an expert who lives in the U.S., it's a wonderful place with huge issues. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Why the bamboo gun lance? The early stages just doesn't look good. Because it looks cool. And also, I mean, you know, it's got 350 attack. It's raw. What else is kind of cool on it? I just think it looks good. It's got shot level 5 and wide, which I like for aerial stuff. It's also only got 2 shells in it, which makes it really easy to use for aerial stuff. It doesn't matter what I use it for, because we're fighting Velastrix. Give the monster raw damage. Not even. We're giving it, like, unguarded damage. Bow and Gunlance are the only ones I can't play. They do things. They're both fun. But yeah, so that basically sums up the U.S. political situation right now. Is a lot of people are really, really against what's happening. What are we fighting? Right, Velastrix. And we're just kind of in like this weird state of being. We're actually, so there's a huge protest happening across the nation next weekend. It's No King's Day, which is exactly as it says, which is like, hey, we're not a fan of the current fascist situation where basically the president is acting as a king, with like total control over, where his nothing is going unchecked. And so, you know, forgot to eat. Oh, shame. So, the majority of the people who are protesting are doing all that we can. As someone who has a king, I cannot comment. Fair. Well, I mean, you know, but the king doesn't really make a lot of decisions in Britain, isn't it? Mostly Parliament that makes most of the lawmaking and decision-making in that regard, rather than it being like a... Or it's the Prime Minister, right? Who basically is acting president in that situation. Oh, I thought that shot would put me right at the tip of red. A shame. Literally makes 0 decisions. They are a glorified tourist attraction. Right. That's what I thought. Good old Velastrix. What a cool monster. Every game that Velastrix has been in, it's been an absolute treat to interact with. Still haven't gotten a mount? That's crazy. There we go. Alright. Cool. Before it roared, which is great. Trump makes the laws, and the laws he can't make, he does going to make him anyway, because who's going to stop him? I mean, that's not true, though. He's not doing that. But he is using his power as, like, president to enact some laws, and also he's, like, giving pardons to people who are basically, you know, murdering those in the streets. He's pushing agendas that are incredibly not okay. And, like, the fact that he's acting outside of the law because, you know, the House is mostly Republican, so they are all in favor of what it is that he is doing. It's becoming a out of control situation because of his position, and nobody's keeping him in check. And the people who could be keeping him in check aren't, because they're all backed by the same system, which is really the real issue is capitalism. Because everyone who's in office has been put into office by billionaires and corporations. And so they can't go against the people who put them in office, which is the corporations, not the people. So, you know. It's a really, really messed up system, to say the least. Dude, I tend to defend Americans with my fellow Europeans. There are just too many cliches about you that make it that are just meant to make us feel superior, even though we are and been dependent from you all this time. I mean, it's one of those. There are a lot of cliches about everyone everywhere, and a lot of what we've been told about each other has been done to keep enemies amongst each other, if that makes sense. Rather than being like, oh, we're all human and we should all be trying to work together on this same planet that we call Earth. Instead, we turn each other into enemies in order to blame our problems on each other, so that way we don't actually pinpoint where the problems are. If you like go back to Germany during World War II, the reason why the Jews were persecuted at the time was because if you create an enemy of the country, then suddenly that's where the problem is. And then you put the problem on people who actually aren't, so that way you don't focus on the actual problem at hand, which is usually the leadership and where the money is coming from. It's a really interesting system of like doing that. I don't think the issue is capitalism. It's more about how it's administered. No, I think it is capitalism. The issue is that money is doing all the talking, and rather than helping people, we're instead trying to like money is the thing that is exasperating the issue. There are certainly more problems than just that, but like capitalism is a huge part of the problem. If we're talking like corporate greed, like God, everything that we've done in Iraq and Iran is because of we make money off of war as the United States. We have always made money off of war. If it wasn't for World War II, we would have still been in the Great Depression, and that's why we keep propagating it wherever we go. And part of the reason why we were in, you know, it's all of that kind of stuff. Money did all the talking. We got to pay bills. There's nothing for free. Yeah, but like here's the thing: is that it could be if we actually like, what was it? I was reading an article where like the there was a thing that was being worked on. I think it was called Meta by Facebook, and they poured $800 billion into this project, and now it doesn't work anymore. And we've done math. We've done math on how much money it would take to like basically provide homes for every person in the United States. Mind you, this is a U.S. like driven thing, and it's like 4.1 billion to like end homelessness in the States. It's like 50 billion to end worldwide hunger. And instead we lost $800 billion on a virtual reality product. Like I refuse to believe that, you know, where money goes doesn't dictate how every decision has been made by the United States. You know, I didn't even start my wave and fire. No worries. So, like, you know, and then again, in, like, specifically the United States, 99% of the wealth is owned by 1% of the people, and their only idea of existing in the world is to continue to accumulate wealth. You know, a business isn't considered successful unless it made more money this year than it did last year. But at the end of the day, the billionaires have more money than they could ever spend in their lifetime, or even between 10 lifetimes. And then we have people in the United States also starving on the streets. I can barely make rent myself. You know, I work all the time. I'm busy. I contribute to society both artistically and physically and all kinds of things. And nobody can afford anything. I understand the anger, even if it's justified. What America needs is a better social security system. And I'm not talking about street security. There needs to be more projects that help the majority of people. And yes, the way to do that is through money. But the problem is that all the money is going to the 1%. And that they are making decisions that actively harm a majority of like people who are basically on the poverty line or in poverty already. How goes my weekend? It's good. I worked yesterday. It was fine. Today's my day off, and it's a good day off. The problem is that we know the solution, but the people who are in charge are against the solution because they would lose money because of the solution, and they're not aware. We are talking about very serious things. Yes, we are. So, I mean, I finished my interview at Walmart today. Congratulations! I hope it went well. I hope you hear back from them soon. Very excited for you. Yeah, I can mess around today. This is a fun set to mess around with. It does things. All right, Kai, your turn to post. Also, the American system has been built on a whole bunch of other issues. So, like, our economic system doesn't work without slavery. And we've been redefining what slavery is. What scares me is that in the case of social insurrection, you are not lacking guns to make mayhem on Earth. I mean, yes and no, but not like every American owns a gun. I don't own a gun, and I don't want to ever own a gun. I do agree that, like, there needs to be things that are put... I mean, we need to take money out of our military budget and start repurposing that into, like, Americans, like, to human society, making sure people aren't dying on the streets. You know? That people aren't freezing to death in the winter. Bottled waters are going to be like $10 a pack because the 1% want to have a robot envision nasty things for them because they can't fire their neurons hard enough to do it for themselves. Right. I also don't own a gun and never want to own one either. Right. So it's like, again, it's not the American people. It's the military budget. It's where money is going. And again, our economic system, like, the reason why people point to, like, an entire rework of the American government is because the way that things have been structured just don't. Our economic system was based on slaves. We've been redefining slavery for like the past 200 years to mean what it means. You know, when slavery ended in the United States, what that really meant was people started to pay slaves, but really they put them into contracts that they couldn't, that were basically like, we'll provide housing and food for you, and this is how much we will charge to provide those things. This is how much you make. And then whatever you made wasn't enough to cover the amount of housing and food, and so you were stuck working there for a lifetime. That's what turned into the new slavery after slavery was abolished. And then in the 60s, Reagan made it illegal for the distribution of things like weed, and like they basically turned what was a petty crime at the time into a full, oh god, I can't remember the name, the technical term, but basically it sent people to prison if you were caught carrying or possessing weed. And now our current prison system, which mind you has been privatized, so that means people are making money off of people going to prison, is now our new form of slavery, because, you know, we can basically have prisoners make and produce things at dirt cheap costs and use the, you know, the phrasing of like, oh, well, they're prisoners, to maintain that position of power. The prison system slavery paid workers a few cents. Yeah. And so, like, there's that part of it as well that continues to, like, I don't know, keep the system functioning as it is. It's real messy and nasty. And again, who makes the profit off of that? It's the people who own the prisons, which are privatized. And then what do the people who own the prisons do is that they get, you know, they work in these lobby groups that fund presidential campaigns to encourage more people to be put into prison, so that way they continue to make more money. Again, and that's where capitalism becomes a part of the problem, is because now that money is what drives our political system. That's the people who have the most money, who have been creating that system, are the people in power, and they want to continue to have said power. And we are kind of fed up with it. And that's why, again, that's why I point at capitalism as the issue, is because it's people who have the money, who want to continue to make more money, who have been profiting from a broken system, Like that's where I go. Capitalism is bad. It's the wealthy few who are trying to maintain their position of power, and they're using, you know, people like Donald Trump to put them into office, or put him into office to continue to do that. Which is why, like, you know, you see people like Donald Trump giving huge tax cuts to the rich and all that stuff. Explains the problem with China nowadays. Back then it was dirt cheap and largely recommended. Now that they're getting richer, it became a problem. Well, again, I mean, you know, it's just a problem everywhere. This is what capitalism does. It always has done this. But yeah, prisoners should not be doing that. No, I mean, prisons should be a place of reform where people can get help and be reintroduced back into society without, like, you know, feeling the need that they have to stay in prison. But actually, the prison system does the opposite. It makes people feel like they can't rejoin society because the only society that they've ever had is the prison society, which is, like, you know, that's also a big problem. A lot of prisoners who get out of prison don't have anything to come to when they get out. You know, we haven't really set up a position. Oh my god, everyone is dying. Okay, somebody else hit a life powder. Good. I look down, everyone's on fire, everyone's at 2 health. It was a bad time. Whoop. I can't speak on China's problem because I actually haven't been following Chinese politics. I've been following, you know, American politics because that's where our problems lie. But I can tell you that if you follow where money comes from and where it goes, you're going to figure out why decisions are made the way that they are. If something doesn't make sense, follow the money trail, and that will largely point in a direction that will usually explain a lot. Right. Oh, that was it. I accidentally burned through my last paralysis while I was doing that move. I could be wrong in this assumption, but I think there are certain animations that monsters have in this game that are uninterruptible. So even if you hit like a proc amount, so for instance with the paralysis, even if I'd hit maximum paralysis while it was burying itself into the ground, it wouldn't have triggered. And now I can never trigger it because I have no more instances of paralysis to proc. If I had waited to save 1 arrow's worth of paralysis and then fired it when it landed, that would have been... the paralysis might have gone off, even though it was the same amount of paralysis. Hooray, video games. Boo. Boo the current American political system. That's fine. I got blown up. Still happens in the newer games. I've kind of figured as much. I mean, you know, it's their solution without ending up with buggy-looking animations where, you know, half of a Cantor is buried into the ground and suddenly it's, like, spawned back above ground and paralyzed. Even though that would still happen if, let's say, for instance, lag occurred. Oh, Caleb did a roll and then I didn't get a boost. Scary. Can I roll past that? No, I cannot. Horrifying moment right there. I should definitely heal. Considering that laser beam did like 90% of my health, I should heal. As much as I enjoy playing at 2 health and just pretending like I'm better. Probably shouldn't do that in this instance. Now, unless I want to make the long walk of shame back to the monster. Yeah. Oh. Okay, we still got red SB art, so I should be fine. Yeah, okay, now I'm fine. Please don't hit me with that laser beam. I've been shot out of the air by that before. It's kind of terrifying. Another mount. Full. Wunderbar. Oh, we all have earplugs. What a good time. What a good time it is to be playing with a hunting horn. I remember describing aerial bow once and like the experience that it like gives me when playing it, and I'm like, it feels ridiculously easy to play. Like aerial bow feels like one of the easiest weapons in the game. And then somebody came back to me a week later and was like, I don't know what you're talking about. This weapon makes 0 sense. And suddenly I felt very, very. That was one of the biggest compliments I think I've ever gotten in a game. Was somebody rocked the exact same set I used and was like, this is impossible. Like, don't get me wrong. I know it's a bad weapon style combination. I think it's actually the worst weapon style combination in the game for damage. But it feels easy to play. If that makes sense. Oh, come on. Get out of the ground. Oh, am I going to die here? No. Okay, good. Stagger. Very good. Fucking got me twice. What did? I think that was me, by the way, the stagger. Oh, you tried aerial bow and it sucks. Again, high compliment from somebody who also loves to use charge blade. I don't know how to play bow. Aerial gun lance, kind of, I don't know, sick. Super fun. It has nothing special. What? The charge blade set is, I mean, it works. What style are you using, Kai? If you don't mind me asking. It's just the ledge moves. That's not true. Alchemy? Have you tried Valor? Because I think blunt Valor charge blade is kind of crazy. I prefer the ending move. Yeah, you should try Valor. Also, it lets you fire off the 2 different specials at the end of it really consistently because you don't lose shield charge after you've hit Valor state. And it builds meter so fast for Valor. Aerial gun lances, Pog. Yes! Phase on Drift understands. What does aerial gun lance give? You can fire a shell from up in the air. And then you can also like do the overhead thing and then the big explosion on the slam. No, you also get the aerial, like you also get the overhead. Or you get a downwards charge slot. So like basically it lets you do shell fires on its back. It's really good for breaking stuff. All right, see you around the full Elson. It was wonderful getting to see you today. I hope you have a wonderful evening. We should hang out sometime. That's literally ledge. Ledge moves. Yeah, but you can do it all the time. And then, yeah, you get the full slam and then the burst, and then, you know. It also gives you a reload of 1 shell slot. Yes, we should hang out. Sounds wonderful. Also, why is that highlighted? What the hell? That's a new effect. Try effect. Oh my god, there are effects on tech messages? That's crazy. Hello. I'm learning things about Twitch. Oh no. How do I close this? No, don't do that. I wanted to read chat. Oh, that worked though. Okay, cool. Time to use it. How did you bedazzle a message? I think use channel points. I think it's a channel point redeem. But it's like one of the generic ones, not one of the specialty ones that I use. Or that I have specifically for my stream. Oh, it's 100 bits. I see. Ah, I see. It uses bits. Very cool. Well, in that case, if I get the bits, I appreciate the bits, the full else. But also, you know, be careful spending your money on the internet. Nobody here is required to spend money to be here. Too premium for my broadcast. Yeah, ditto. Let's see, who posted that? I think that was... Who posted that? I actually don't know. I want to say it was Kai. Kai, was that you? Okay. Ruby, it is your turn to post. Oh, I'll run another aerial bow set. Warm up some more tea. Post Gold Digger. Trying to charge a phone. Fair. Oh, looks like Caleb's on it. We're going to knock it out of the sky so many times between aerial bow and AA flare. It's going to be great. Bum, bum, bum. Also, so the other thing that you can do with Valor Charge Blade is you can spin to win. So like when you're in Valor state and you literally mash the A button while in axe mode, you literally just keep applying the things without ending that cycle. And then if you want to, you can do the SAD combination where you put the triple explosion on it as your last file charge. But also you can always spend all 5, not lose shield, and like perform the ultra. So it's a cool combination of things. In that case, I'm gonna not use aerial gun lance with blast dash. I mean, you could. I mean, if you want to use aerial, I'll absolutely run something else that does other things. I see you run Valor. Okay, cool. We'll do fun things. Finally got it to charge, maybe. Have you done the thing where you've cleaned out the charging port? Because I know a lot of people will blame the cable, but oftentimes I find that the real problem is the actual port is like full of dust. So if you like, one of the things that I do, now mind you, do this very carefully. If you take a paper clip and like literally just reach into the back and pull, you know, like very carefully, that usually can clean it out. No, don't bend the cable a little bit. That's just going to mess up the cable. No, I don't want to use that setup with Goldie. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. This monster is like the knock you out of the sky monster if you're not careful. But yeah, I mean, first, like, I don't know. If you have a flashlight, shine it down there and see how dusty it looks. But like, yeah, Is this the same old school knowledge, same vein as blowing into the cartridge? No, actually that's not good for cartridges. It like helps with the connection pins because you're adding moisture to the connecting pins, and that helps temporarily, but over time it corrodes them. So what you're not doing is you're not blowing out dust. You're actually you're literally scraping out dust. Because like here's what happens, right? You put your phone in your pocket, and you have pocket lint at the bottom of your at the bottom of your pockets, and it will slowly make its way into there. And then every time you plug a cable into that, it compresses all of that down into like a nice little dust brick. And then suddenly the pins literally aren't reaching. You're not reaching like anything to anything. Backdash. Bending the cable like works because you are adjusting where the pins sit, but it's better just to let it sit properly rather than trying to get like just like the smallest nudging of connection, if that makes sense. Oh, hello. Thank you. Just wanted to put on my paracoatings. Oh, I messed up. Am I gonna die here? I might. That was rude of that monster. I am so sorry that happened to you. So yes, the bending of the cable is kind of similar to that of like moving or blowing into a cartridge. I would, yeah, the two might be comparable then. Holy, it did not leave me alone. No, it did not. It just kept charging. I think I actually had a Gold Raytheon do that to me the last time I played MHU. It like charged 4 or 5 times in a row, and it was just like, wow, this is messed up. Ha! Got it. Good flash-ish. I'm so sorry, Kai. Yeah, I was a little too close. Ah! Nice. I'm going to prioritize just doing a little bit of nonsense I can. Now I can go. Okay. Did it work? Did me throwing all those exhaust coatings actually help get the kill? Oh yeah, I'll totally spin out of the room if I have to. I didn't end up doing so, but I would have. Good work, everyone. Yep, Ruby's got eyes. Wonderful. Is that here? Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. This is the most awkward Valor style yet. I'm sorry to hear that. So here's the thing, right? So most of the time you're used to Valor doing you can do the Valor Sheath animation with A. So you can do a Valor attack with A, and it gives you the charge. It lets you charge your shield before you do the double swipe. And that's like how you build meter and files, is just by doing that Valor attack. Really? Again? It did the same thing it did last time? I know where it's going. I'm just going to start heading there. And then when you want to change forms, you can change forms by Valor sheathing and then pressing R. Which also does an attack. And then if you're in Axe mode, if you do the X attack using Valor, that builds meter ridiculously fast. If you'd like, I can run my Valor Charge Blade set side by side with you if you're interested in seeing it operate under the same conditions. I was wrong. This is not where it went. Uh-oh. Ha! No! I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, I didn't die to fireballs. And then I proceeded to get tail swiped right out of the air because I approached it head on. Oh, and that time I got hit by fireballs. I actually found Valor Charge Blade to be like the most natural style. Or like one of the better Valor styles because it just does all the things so easily. If you know what buttons you're pressing. Which is, you know, that's just Charge Blade as a whole. The whole weapon is, do you know the buttons you're pressing? Babo teaching Charge Blade? No, I'm teaching Monster Hunter. Charge Blade just happens to be a part of that. Unfortunately. Is that a mount? Might be a mount. No, I just toppled over. Now give me a mount. Yeah, that's a mount. Topple. Oh, it's fine. I'll take the backside. Huzzah! Wonderful. I don't know if what I said helped at all, Kai. I got the hang of it. Hell yeah. Well, what are your thoughts after getting the hang of it? Still awkward? Ah. Fair enough. Valor Charge Blade is great. It really is. It's actually, it makes me upset how good it is. Because I honestly prefer Adept, just because it's more fun. But I think Valor is probably a better style of it. I guess it depends on what you want to do. If you like using... How do I describe it? Adept lets you have more guard point and kind of auto combos. So if you like turning your brain off, except when you're in sword and shield mode, and then you get to make decisions, like, how do I describe it? Valor stays the same. If you know the buttons, it just does the things really well. If you're playing Adept, then you have to play a little bit more reactionary to the situation that's presented to you. But your axe combos are simpler. There we go. Yeah. Now I'm going back to alchemy. Fair enough. Valor's good for elements. I mean, it's just good for... It's good if you want to do a lot of file charges. Or, not file charges, but placing files on the monster. I like using the extra files and doing the infinite axe swings. That's true. It can be fun for that, for sure. I like to use Ripper Shield because it just generates files for me, so it kind of does the same thing, except I don't have to... rather than giving me 10 files to charge, it instead gives me 10 files charged. If that makes sense. What style for Gunlance? You want me to give you a style to play for Gunlance? Or is this a style that I'm going to end up playing for Gunlance? Yes. Oh, dear. I'm gonna say Adept. Play Adept Gunlance. Give me a rundown on Adept. Ain't got a clue. I don't play Adept Gunlance. I usually hold block. Yeah, instead you want to tap block. Pretend like you're playing Monster Hunter Rise and you're trying to do perfect guards. And then I think you just get things out of that. So, like, you can do an overhead swing immediately after a perfect guard. I think you can, like, do a big reload, maybe. I don't know. It do things. Let's see. That was Ruby's turn. So, Phazon, it is your turn to post. It's basically normal gun lance, but you have a perfect guard. You get to do some things out of it, don't you? Let me check my hunter notes. Yeah, so you get insta block and you get a backstep, which is different. No, actually, no, you always get a backstep. So post insta block combo. You can insta block, thrust, upward thrust, reload, strong smash, burst fire. Ah, okay, so that's what it does. It reloads on the downswing, so you can basically play with no fire. If you're ending a combo with, if you have no shells currently loaded, then you can go ahead and do the insta block, which encourages you to use charged shots. There we go. So if you were like doing charged ammo or charged, how do I describe this? Yeah, if you do a charged shot, right, over and over and over again, and then the monster decides to aggro onto you, you can insta block and insta reload, and then do the burst fire. Or you could just play with no charges ever and then never have to reload. It can do things. It looks like fun. I don't use it much, so I can't give it a perfect guide for it. It's been a while. I need money, honey. Go get honey. Oh yeah, that's a bit fun. Good time. I'm actually going to use this opportunity to make a quick run to the bathroom. So give me a second. I'll be right back. But then I'll be all nice and readied up. Share stream. Ah, you're funny. Alright, I'm back. Ruby take. I have like 500 to give out. Nice. Are bow files infinite in this game? Or are they like they are in Wilds or not? No, they are not. Bow files are limited. I think you only gain access to like, I mean, you get like 50 files of power level 2, and then you get 50 of power level 1. Most bows get to use both. And you only use them if you fire them. If you use the melee attack, they stick around. So I hate how they did that. What, made files no longer, or unlimited files? I gotta buy them, right? I mean, yeah, but like, money is not a problem in this game. Usually. Just make an item set with them. Item box spaces. Oh, yeah, that's true. That is certainly true. A page is probably taken up by ammo types. So yeah, you would use that charge slam and then you can do the combo afterwards, right? And at that point, if you want to build meter like that, right there, that builds so much meter. Just spam that over and over and over again. You can file charge back out. Charge, right? Go into full axe mode, right? Do one of these, boom. Suddenly I'm in axe mode and I've got blue shield and all my files charged, and then I can just kind of spin to win here, do another side step. Forgot to eat again, damn. Wait for the monster to approach. It's gonna stop here. Yeah, look at me go. I should have just gone for the super, it would have been cooler. And then, yeah, you just keep doing your Valor move in order to build files. So just do this over and over again. And it's basically the same as fully charging it forward. So maybe the awkward part about it is quick sheath. Maybe you should be running quick sheath. We'll just do the full super here because I can. Monster's letting me. Ow! That's what I said, but it didn't actually. Should have healed. That's on me. I assumed that this set just had enough to tank it, but no, I guess not. I was wrong. I was a fool. I was like, does this set have ancient potions? It does not. Only max potions. Watch me build Valor State. Valor State. Valor State. Valor State. Valor State. One more Valor. Also, you get guard point on your dash, which is cool. Once you have actually hit Valor State, the Sword and Shield state becomes really good for approaching. Oh. Jeez, that was instant. I saw the dust underneath my feet and I went, I can react to this, and then suddenly a flash of red occurred and I was flying in the air. Like a butterfly or something of that nature. Man, I forgot how much old gen Diablo sucks. This is awkward. I'm hitting parries, but woo. Yo, Bolt Voltage, how's it going? Hope today's treating you well. What? That hit me. Such a delayed hitbox. Okay, yeah, that was on me. I was trying to figure something out. Up slash. It's fine. Just gonna life powder here. Nah, I couldn't get far enough away. Doing good, just need Hellblade tickets from G1 to G5 and bullying Drill Tusk for now. Fair enough. Sounds like a good time. Drill Tusk is a fun fight. Definitely one of like the, I would say one of the easier deviants. Nice. Spinning the win, and a quick tap for 3. Never mind, I messed up. That's fine. A tap for 1 super. All right. Thank you. No! Oh, I should have held down the R button. That's so sad. I got staggered on my guard point, and then I didn't hold down the block button, and that resulted in my death. That's actually the first time I think that's ever happened to me with guard point. I've tried to block multiple hits and had that exact situation play out. Only at Drill Tusk level 5. It's a good time. Honestly, he's like one of the monsters that I would I would recommend soloing if you were in a position to like want to try and solo like deviants, but it was your first time doing so. He's a good first time learn how to solo deviants monster. Just be patient. Yo, Hunter Monster Master, how's it going? Welcome in. Just out here fighting some Diablos. He's being kind of a pain, but you know what's new? It's Diablos. Begin the spinning. Tap. I think this kills. Hellblade fighting? Hell yeah. No, just subquest. Huh, that cephalodrome just took a hit. I'm gonna go grab me some tail real quick. Perhaps we can we could sleep bomb it when it wakes up. Hit it with the triple super special and the Wyvern Blast all at once. Whoa, not on stream, Baba. What do you mean? No sleep bombing allowed? But if we all walk there real slow like. My wyvern's out. What, you don't want some tail? Ah, shame. That's right. Here we go. This is for it. Never mind, that was way too soon. I'm gonna get punished. That's right. Who needs sleep bombing when we could do awake bombing? Solid. To be fair, we hit it with like 3 barrel bomb larges. I can't move the slam when I adept block. I guess not. I mean, again, I've never used it. I literally pulled information from the hunter's notes. So I don't know. I don't actually know what you're doing in terms of like what's allowed and what's not. It might be one of those move or weapon style combinations that's really good on certain hunts. This is not the hunt that it would be good on. That, or you got to understand when you're not allowed to just do the follow-up after the perfect block. You just got to be like, all I get is a perfect block here. Ha, I got you. You thought. Oh my god. I've been outplayed. Oh, did you did you get Kai with it? You trigger a perfect parry and then 180 it? The double AA flare. Ah, I see. I'm kind of sad that you can't run like 3 variations of the same super. Like, what if I had Super Nova level 1, 2, and 3 on a heavy bow gun set? That would be so much fun. I did AA flare and then had Wyvern blast up. Ah. From what hyper monster do I get hyper monster slog bone? I actually don't know. I recommend looking these things up on Google. The internet has answers for you. I can look it up real quick, but I would have to look it up as well. All right, it looks like you get it from a few subquests. I think you get it from a ton of stuff. Seragios, Brachios, all creatures cleaved in small. I don't know what that quest is. There's like appeal from authority, a bed of sand. Just doing like the subquests for those quests usually drops it. It's like a 40% chance. But yeah, I mean, I just looked all that up, so that's what I recommend doing. I believe it is your turn to post, Kai. Dodged into the shells and then ran into Wyvern Blast. I'm going to keep playing Adept. Adept's, I mean, again, I thought it sounded like fun. I think Adept is super fun on every weapon just because it forces you to play a reaction kind of game. And you feel really good from playing Adept, you know what I mean? Like, you land Adept hits and you're like, hell yeah. Unless it's Valor Dual Blades, because Valor Dual Blades are basically Adept, except you only get the Adept dodge when you're in Valor state. I also tried fighting Najaha solo. I did not like it. You hated it, actually. Stunned a stunned, a hearing loss, and a hit. Sounds like a skill issue. I did it. Outplayed, honestly. Solo it right now. No. No hearing. Am I allowed to play Adept? If I can play Adept, I think it'll be no problem, but Kutku gives it G2 Revenge from the Skies. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, fuck, this wasn't the way. Did you climb these wrong? It's a skip and a hop and a climb. Yeah. And a skip and a hop and a climb. And a climb. And a skip and a hop. Yeah. And one more hop. Yeah. Took me way too long to figure out how to climb that thing. Oh, you know, I just brought dual blades to this set. God damn it. I forgot about this platforming section. Right. I don't know why this game has a platforming section in it, honestly. Mandatory quota for every game, right? It's like trying to think about an equivalent. That didn't have a hitbox on it, did it? Shame. I mistimed it. All of Rise. I mean, yeah, but Rise is allowed. That game is allowed to have platforming in it. You literally have like free aerial movement all the time with every weapon. Like that is the one game where you're allowed to platform nonstop and it be like a perfectly normal thing. Oh, that's bad. Oh, thank God that didn't explode. I'm gonna get chipped out in this corner. I should have healed at some point. I was having too much fun. I did not have much confidence that I was going to survive, but I was having too much fun. I did what I needed to. Mission accomplished. Didn't say it wasn't peak. This is true. This is true. Yes. Ruby. Say what now? For a G2 quest, this turkey does too much damage. Oh, for the Hyper Monster Slogbone? Something, something. Right, skill issue. Yeah. No, I agree. I knew I wasn't doing well. I love Babo man. I can acknowledge my faults. And I love you too, Ruby. I'm about to reach G rank Hellblade. Hell yeah. Good luck. It's a rough monster sometimes. For an upgrade? Nice. But you won't acknowledge your cult leader status. There's nothing to acknowledge. For me to acknowledge it, it would have to be there, and it is not. You know? Also, it is your turn to post, Phase On. Especially with Greatsword. Adept kind of cool. Adept is kind of cool. It is quite literally the skill issue style, which is to say that, like, all of the benefits just come from how well you play the game. And if you're not playing the game well, then you're not having a good time. What styles have 3 stabs? Have the 3 stabs? What do you mean? With Gunlance? Don't all styles have the 3 stabs? I know Guild does, Striker does. Do they not all have 3 stabs? Am I wrong? No, some have 2 stabs and then slam. Oh, you should be doing upward stabs. Don't ever do horizontal stabs. Valor and Adept. Why? Because upward stabs literally just do more damage. They have a smaller hitbox, but they do more damage. And then when you do like the shot afterwards, you're literally not hitting anybody. So like you could do 2 stabs, explosion, quick reload, slam. Fact check. Someone who plays Gunlance. This is real information. This is facts. Yeah, never do horizontal stabs. That's how you. That's why everyone gets blown up around you. You should always do upward stabs, always, 100% of the time, unless the monster's literally not there. If you're swinging on Kieran and Kieran is on the ground and you're poking up there and it's not hitting the monster, it just doesn't work. More damage? It is. I still do horizontal though. I mean, you can, but like upward stabs are almost always better. You could do them, absolutely. And there are maybe situations where it is more applicable to do them, but I find those situations to be far more rare than just doing upward stabs. I'm pretty sure this carries over from regular Lance. It does. I've been told how stupid that is, and I agree with people when I tell them, or when we all say that's stupid. Dorombos. Dorombos? Dorombos. This could be fun. Let me bring a different... What do I have on this? Spinning Meteor? No, one Trigger Typhoon. I heard the horizontal does more damage. No, it just looks like it does. That's why I always do horizontal. That's why I never do horizontal. Like if you see me play Gunlance, I'm always poking up. Even though I know I don't always do the most optimal thing, but like, you know, that is why I do it. Every time I run aerial Gunlance, I get reminded of the time that we ran aerial Gravios. Oh yeah, good time. I remember, what was it? Somebody once described GU to me when they played it for the first time, and they were like, yeah, it's a fun game, but like you can very easily break it. Like the game is easy. One time, me and all my friends, we just ran aerial hammer, and like literally the entire the monster just spent the entire time on the floor getting knocked out and mounted. Like that was the entire hunt. And it's like, yeah, that is a real thing that you could just do in this game. What the hell are we hunting? Oh, Durambos. They got a glimpse of Day 1 Wilds. I mean, yeah, true. Right? Day 1 Wilds was easier. Well, no, I struggled with Wilds, but also I wasn't playing on... I wasn't really playing single player. I was mostly doing... Very good. I'm sorry, I just turned your Wyvern shot into mounting damage. That being said, I appreciate your help with the mount. Got him. Ow. Big roll. Bonk. No! I'm getting smacked. No, maybe I'm not. Right, hyper monsters. Hyper monsters do things, and it can be kind of scary sometimes. Oh, I'm dizzied! Just barely made the right decision there. Did the right kind of mash. I got the right kind of dodge. Everything kind of worked out there. I still find it funny how many people are upset that this monster never got a hammer. Like, I totally get the anger in that regard. It's literally a monster that basically uses its hammer as a tail. Yeah, let's get the mount first, and then we'll go for the KO here. I want to bring its head to the ground. Yo, Swordmatzer, how's it going? It's been a minute. But how are you doing today? I hope life's treating you well. Double tap. Going all right. It's been a minute because I was moving places. Good move, bad move. I hope it was a good move. Positive change. Oh, big whiff. Great move. The new place is great. Hopefully I can play with you sometime again with this community. Yeah, we'd love to see you around again. I'm excited that the move went well and, you know, life seems to be treating you well. Nothing like being excited for a new place to live. I know, especially with my last move, I was very excited to have my own, like, place to move into. And it's honestly been a game changer in terms of, like, how comfy my life has been. Overwhelmingly positive change in my life. Like, for instance, tonight, I'm thinking about making dinner, and I don't have to think about other people utilizing the kitchen. That's going to be awesome. Got him. Typhoon trigger! Oh, I was a little short there. Freaking hate this turkey. Yeah, that's fair. That monster is kind of a pain. Nice, Mal. Also working on a sound design project for a friend. Nice. No, not the mount. Well, that's very exciting. I hope that's been going well. You were, remind me, you play trombone, don't you? Trying to focus on perfect blocks and upward swings is hard. Yeah, it's a lot to juggle. I mean, one thing at a time, right? You don't have to learn both at once. I don't think I have a way of... Well, actually, no, that's not true. I do have a way of approaching that. It's like that. Oh, I'm getting screamed at. That's so sad. Bonk. Up and over. No. Uh-oh. It's been a while since I've done his mount. Holding R lasts longer than I thought. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, no. That was awful. I didn't really have a lot of options other than hoping that I got that aerial mount. Or aerial proc. Typhoon Trigger's so much better than Meteor Smash. Oh my god. I understand that, like, you need to press the button right, but, like, all you have to do is press the button right. I need to save this, so that way I'm using Typhoon Trigger from now on and not, Like, don't get me wrong. If I was using Guild, 100% just run both. Oh. Oh, and then I flubbed it. Oh, you're talking about needing to be better at the game and then flubbing the button. One, two, side roll. Ah. All right, Alright, let's actually just back up. I'll use life powder, why not? Nice quick double tap. Oh, I'm getting splattened. Eat a max potion. It's a very, very good max potion. I'm gonna fix my sleep schedule. I was up till 4 a.m. What a fool I am. Oh, aren't we all? That might be me tonight, honestly. It's definitely going to be me on Wednesday. I've got some plans to hang out with friends for the first time in a while. And, or maybe it's Thursday. I think it's Thursday. No, it is Wednesday. It's got to be Wednesday. Uh-oh. Bad buttons. That's fine. Click Typhoon trigger and just... Oh, no, dizzy. Yep, okay. All of my timing got screwed up by that dizzy. My old high school friends and me are meeting up this week. Oh, fun! I've got some show friends that we're all gonna hang out together, play games. And then we're doing, there's a joint birthday party happening on Friday. For me and like 2 of my friends, all 3 of us had birthdays this week, so... That's exciting. Looking forward to that. Can you imagine if you could destroy friends' traps? That would be so sad. I'm in this room and I hit minus. Like, with proper communication, it'd actually be a great thing to have. People to be able to do. Uh-oh. Never mind. Sad. Nice. There we go. Jeez, this guy was way beefier than I thought he'd be. I got him out there, but the map kicked me off. Yeah, that's kind of a classic. It's funny, like, aerial is such a good skill because it basically gives any weapon the ability to, like, basically present an opportunity for every other weapon to attack. It's great. So good. But sometimes it's just so finicky, you know? No way I'm doing turkey with Charge Blade. You gotta play Adept Charge Blade and get really good at multi-parrying. That's how you beat Ian Kutku. Or or Yi and Goraga, or, you know, they're basically the same monster. On the note of no hammer, does this guy have gear? I've never seen his gear in Try where he originates. I think he does. Like, I'm just now finding out he has a rare drop. No, he definitely has, like, a weapon that, like, a set that you can make. Do a stretch this way. Probably gonna run this set again, but let's see, who posted that? Was that Kai? I should forge some talisman. No. Melting pot. Actually, in theory, right? That means that this one is more useless. God, my phone is charging slow. When did you start charging your phone? About an hour ago. Didn't you say he doesn't have a hammer? That's what I've always been told. I actually never bothered to look. I've been told that he doesn't have a hammer. Does it turn out he does? He has one called the Fell Mace. Sick. Okay. Sounds like a hammer should be built. Baba when he spreads misinformation. I'm sorry, I tried my best not to. Chat, have we hunted the walking cutscene today? We have not. There we go. Bunny guy from Hey Arnold, you think people would do that? Lie on the internet? Cut to Babo's stream. Babo's spreading misinformation like how he isn't a cult leader. No, that one's actual information. Real information. Real news, not fake news. I was so certain that he was he didn't have a hammer. That's what I was told a long time ago. Maybe somebody was messing with me and I just never bothered to check. So no, I gotta check. Probably live over here, right? It's also very possible that somebody came in and they made that comment because they hadn't unlocked that hammer. Because it might be one of those hammers that you just got to kind of unlock. Although I'm not seeing it. Search for the juniper spear and bone hammer. Ah, okay, there we go. That makes sense. Shall I make one real quick? I think I've got those things. Should sell some hammers. Ha, that's funny. Hatsune Miku. Insane. Remember when, I remember using the Awakened Slime Hammer in 3U. I'm convinced my roommate to play my room. Oh. In 3U. I'm convincing my roommate to play 3U. Honestly, like, the best way to get somebody into a game like that is to, like, play it with them. Get them involved. You know? If you really want your friends to play this game with you, play it with them. What was it? The Cyclo Hammer? No, Juniper Spear. No. Huh? Is it from the Bone Hammer? I don't see it. Gotta go to sleep now. Sounds good, Hunter Monster Master. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. 7.5, too much water. Yeah, basically. From Bone, I believe. I don't see it. They have it. They want to get into it. Fair enough. The Bone Hammer. That's what this is. This is the Bone Hammer. I just upgraded it. Oh, from the Bone Bludgeon, maybe? Really, I need Rhinopolos shell? Alright, fine. Next time I find a Rhinopolos, I'll bump it in the head. It wasn't Bone Bludgeon. No! Alright, time to make a new one. Can I get some help with turkey? If people are free to help. I could have just started with the Bone Bludgeon. That's so sad. Bone Hammer into Skull Hammer into Jupiter Hammer. Alright, well, let's try it again. Skull Crusher. Still not there. The search for the mythical hammer. Am I getting lied to? Someone wants to take my place. We can start a hub, and I can help you out. Are you sure it wasn't like the iron hammer? I mean, we'll upgrade a few of these. That way we have at least more things that we're looking at. You know. It's the binding bludgeon. Anvil Hammer. Devil Masher. Cyclo is Skull Crusher. Ah, there we go. And then you go to Skull Crusher, right? No wonder I've never seen this shit, right? There we go. Cool. Sick. I should make that. Well, you know. When we get the parts. Yeah, it's at the end of some ridiculous line. There it is, though. For everyone to see in all its glory. It's got a big bonk on it. You can just take my place. I got food. All right, get in here, Bolt Voltage. Spot's open for you. The white whale. Oh, we lost Kai, too. You also dipping out, Kai? Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. That's my last hunt. Sounds good. All right, when you get in here, Bolt Voltage, you can go ahead and start us off with whatever quest you would like to post. Cool. Who's turkey? I think it's Yan Kutku or Yan Garan or whatever. It's one of those two, which are basically the same monster. Just one does poison damage and the other one doesn't. It screams, it yells, it bashes shields 3 times, spins in circles, does backflips. Can you triple adept block them? Yes, you can, but you have to actually tap this guard button 3 times in a row. You can't just hold it down. Someone goes, you gotta go, you gotta tap the R button in the same pattern. And then you gotta recognize that it was only 3, because if you do it a 4th time, then you'll do an adept guard. But it won't proc because nothing hit it. So you gotta like actually block, 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 and then counter. It's cool, it's fun. Upper Yan Kutku. It's a fun monster. This greatsword has so much poison attack and it's only level 13. Check drip. Too late. We're on a mission now. This way is the fastest way. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, that was supposed to be a charge swing. Wow, I cannot believe I whiffed. This is such a good theme. Astral Step theme is so good. Well, got a message from my landlord. This past weekend we had my dryer broke, like last weekend, and so we got a new one. He was just asking to see if the new one's working, which it totally is. It's actually, I've been doing laundry all day today, and it's been very nice. Wow, no KO still. I did not get the timing right. $180? Yep. Oh, miss. Sad. Double miss. Bonk. Still no dice. It has 73 poison damage. That's a lot of poison. Although it's not so much damage that it does. It's but its proccing is whoops. That's how much poison it applies before it procs. So it just means that you're gonna proc more poison more often, but the amount of damage is always consistent, unless you have like poison duration up or poison attack up. Those are the two stats that actually affect poison damage in terms of numbers. Wow, still no KO. I did mess up a little bit, but like still. Man, I might put flinch for free on everything I have. It is a very, very nice skill. Can you look after the hunt? Yeah, I can take a look at it. Although this is a tiny monster, so it's kind of it's difficult to not hit one another on a tiny monster like this. Oh. Ah, damn. That was the worst case scenario for me. Oh, you can't climb up that. Interesting. You learned something new about this map. This is a tiny Iankatku. I gotta say, this might be a gold crown small monster. Rude. Gonna go cook beans. Wonderful. In that case, let me hug the dog while you are still here. No! Hope the bean cooking goes well. I am jealous. I'm thinking about doing stir fry with this cabbage I bought yesterday. Maybe I'll cook some chicken with it. Got some chicken tenders and... But I will see you around, Kai. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. If you're interested in stopping by, we'll be doing more Omori, so... Had a wonderful time last week doing it. Maybe it was Friday. I think it was Friday. Oh, well. How long are you going to stay dizzy there, Ruby? Fucking hate Adept. This is not the monster to play Adept against. I will say that. At least not an Adept shield weapon. If you're playing like Adept, there are certain monsters that are like, or like this is a monster that like if you have an Adept dodge, great. Adept shield, no. I'm Adept greatsword, yeah, which has that doesn't have an Adept shield. It has an Adept dodge. Have to be frame 1 attack or Adept strike just doesn't do anything. Right. Yep. If you're playing like an Adept greatsword, but like it's dodge focused, then you get to like run away from the monster while it's doing its thing and then come back with an opportunity to attack. If you're playing with an Adept shield, that's a very different situation. Damn. Just keeps running away. What's up with monsters running away today? Attack doesn't do anything. It's going up to the nest here. Yeah. It just doesn't work. The food is now mine. Be back when I'm done. Sounds good. I'll be here. Got about 30 more minutes of gaming in me. Or I guess 40 more minutes. 38 more minutes of gaming in me. No, don't you dare run away from me. Wow. Ow. Just wait patiently for the monster to finish doing its thing. Jeez, I don't think I got a single mount or KO. And I hit it with like 3 Typhoon triggers. It's crazy. Albeit I don't know if I ever got the hard hit, but still. Zero mounts, 1 KO. Is that what it was? I did get a paralysis proc, so. And I would have gotten that last mount if you didn't get the mount, so. I think in theory I got all 3 things. I should use the A button less, though, I think is what I'm learning. Gunlance shoots the fuck off in the direction you're holding. So if you're doing stabs, flinch free completely leaves you to fight. I think that's what you meant to say there. Bob was having a stroke. You what? No, that's not fair. You said flinch you completely leave to fight. I don't know what that means. Hello, Golden Fawn. How are you doing today? You can't put the blame on me for that. I'm translating Ruby typos. Good, and you doing a wonder? I'm doing quite well, actually. It's been a nice day. Ruby, your turn to post. No more evil turkey. Amazing. But yeah, no, it's been a good day. Nice good afternoon of monster hunting. After this, I'm gonna maybe make some dinner. My brother wants to play some video games together, so after dinner, maybe I'll reboot up my computer and start doing things again. I'm translating Ruby typos. The second weapon deviant weapon maxed out. Congratulations. I think that's awesome. Yeah, it's been a nice day overall. I've been kind of chilling. It's been my day off, so I've been pushing laundry through the washing machine, and I did some cleaning of my room earlier today, so it's looking pretty all right. I've got some dishes to do, but you know, I did one run of dishes, and then my drying rack got full, so I let them dry, and then I started streaming. So after this, I'm gonna run downstairs in my basement, grab all my stuff from the basement laundry, and then yeah, do the rest. Yeah, no, it's a pretty good sword. 305 damage is good. 75 poison is good, especially with something like this. Oh, and yeah, you're running the status attack, wide range, crit skill, status crit. Yep, all good things. How's my weapon? Oh yeah, no, this one's great. Wonderful set. Wait, can you see the weapons? I mean, I can see like I can see what weapon you're using in the stats. So I see that you're running paralysis. I see the 380 defense and the 285 attack. But I'm also familiar with what the feline fatality is. So you know, all those things. It's an ogre. So you know, yeah, I can see the things. Rate my drip. Once I get back up there. You know, I'll play some hunting horn here. And I did Dread Queen EX, as you can see. Congratulations. That is not an easy quest. This drip is my favorite. Yeah, that's a good outfit. Oh, is that the female Mufa headpiece? Or is that just your character's hair model? No, that's an ogre. Oh, that's cool. That's a great. Yeah, that's a good headpiece. I always run Astral, never bothered with drips. I do occasionally. It's been a while since I've actually like done any transmogging in this game, but I actually considered it when I finished making the Resuscitate set that I made. Or no, not Resuscitate, Resentment set I recently worked on. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put together a fun looking outfit for that one. Although, to be honest, it might be just being naked with a cat head on. I feel like that would be fitting for a set that isn't supposed to be healed. It's a good noise. I like that noise. Bum-ba-da-da. I can confirm, Sage is full Rajang Brachadios set with weapon. Raging Brachiodio set. Cool. It's a good weapon combo. I'll try this again. Ooh. Gotta work a little bit for getting my movement speed up. Big roll. I can't reach that high. Electric Puppy loves to move around a lot. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a fun monster to chase around a stage, though. There are certainly less fun monsters to chase around, like, God, what was it? Earlier today we were doing Hyper Diablos, and God, we were just absolutely running all over the place. I think 3 of us were using Charge Blade, and that made it not easier. The opposite of easier, harder. Don't get me wrong, it was a good time, but it was a lot. Oh, that's fine. Uh-oh. Oh, good. I didn't smash anybody into the floor with that swing. How am I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm doing all right. Checking to see if I'm still applying all my buffs correctly. I got a little too close there. Stay on the floor for just a second. Big roll. Get hit anyway. Hopefully I'm not dizzied. If I get hit again, I'll be dizzied. I tend to run either Dual Blades or the Greatsword in these older games. Newer games in Rise and Sunbreak and World, I'm an Insect Glaive main. Very cool. I enjoy... I played a little bit of Insect Glaive in Rise. I guess, yeah, Sunbreak. And it was a very, very good time. And then I kind of dropped it entirely when I picked up Wilds. In this game, I also enjoy Insect Glaive. Like, if you haven't played Insect Glaive in this game, it's got some very fun specials to work around with and such. Oh, did I get bopped around by my teammate? I didn't. I was like, I'm pretty sure I was playing a note there. All right, that right there was enough for me to throw on Wind Negation. No, I haven't tried it yet in this game, but I want to. I'm still learning the effects and how to work with the Kinsect. Slightly different than in the newer games. Oh yeah, no, it is. And especially like if you're trying to learn all the specials, it's a little bit bizarre. And also you have to build the Kinsect, which is cool in its own right. I think that the building of the Kinsect makes them all very, very customizable. So you can really build a Kinsect that like works to your style and has the effects that you want. But you do actually have to like think about that, if that makes sense. Which again, cool, but it is more to think about for sure. Bonk that claw. Get bashed. time? Might be time. Yeah, I just haven't found out what I like with it just yet. No, that's totally fair. It is certainly a thing to experiment with, to say the least. God, Guild's hunting horn is so cool. It just feels so meaty. Every hit feels so intentional. And his dodges are just so good. Get all this movement. And you know you're not getting smacked around like that. I'll go carve that tail since it's here. Yeah, no. If you have any questions about Kinsex and stuff like that, feel free to ask. I've played around with the system enough to have like kind of a head start if you've never done it before. But I do think it is rather straightforward in terms of like, oh, if you want it to go faster, you put more speed on it. If you want it to not like get bounced around as much, you make it heavier. If you want it to, you know, do more damage when it hits a monster, you put it into attack. Like, all of that is, I think, very straightforward in terms of like, and oh, I want this element on it. Cool, feed it Thunderbolts, you know, or Thunder Ambrosia or whatever it is. Nice. Good work. Just a happy little hunt. Everybody tanking hits. Man, Valor Swax with perma stamina is so sick. What the fuck? That's true. You just get to Wild Swing forever. Babo, did you see me? I was not fortunate enough to see you. I was working on my own stuff. But dodging all the time? Hell yeah. My next deviant weapon to max, Drill Tusk Longsword. Oh, that'd be fun. What's Drill Tusk good at? I'd imagine it has just pretty high raw. Decent sharpness. There we go. I'm at level 5 Drill Tusk's quest, but I need Tetsukabra Fang pluses to upgrade it. Ah. Don't you get that from Drill Tusk as well, though? I could be wrong. All right. Let's see. Who posted that last? Was that Ruby? If you want a challenge for Rise, which is challenging a bit, but remove Wirefall and have... It's similar to these games where you just get hit and you have to wait to get back up. It certainly makes Rise a bit more unforgiving. Yeah, I've... So for like my first half of playing through Rise, that was actually just the case because I didn't understand how Wirefall worked. And that was actually a very, very fun experience. All right. Yeah. Are you Sage by chance, Golden Fawn? Or is that someone else? I am not. Okay. Skip. All right. In that case, go ahead and post Bolt Voltage. The 5 quest has a Tatsukabra as a side quest. Sick. Post it. Ask if we'll do sub, and then, you know, we can go ahead and do sub together. But yeah, no. Honestly, I mean, so Rise, in my opinion, is hard enough. in terms of difficulty. So like if you just like want to do harder things, just start doing like all the high ascension quests or whatever they're called. I can't remember what the name of them are. But all of that stuff really, really gets it going, in my opinion. Apex? No. Maybe? No. All right, so we're gonna do the sub quest here. Yeah, mess around with the greatsword build. It's been a while. This is the Instaglaive you use now. Can take a look. But no, it's the not expeditions. They use a different word for it, and it starts with an A, I think, and it's not Apex. The quests that like scale in difficulty depending on the level that they're at. People always talk about like doing 130s in that game, and that being very, very difficult. Yeah, that was a good set. If you're talking about the Sunbreak part of the game, I haven't gotten there yet. Could be called Ascension for all I know. It's not Ascension, but okay, I got it. Yeah, abnormalities. No, that doesn't sound right either. Regardless, like the game does scale up in difficulty when you start getting into like late game rise. I never even got to truly experience what like the highest level of difficulty was in that game before I kind of just stopped playing it. And I actually haven't gone back to it. The reason why I stopped was because I was having some problems with the internet connection at my house. But that might be fixed because I moved about a year ago, and I haven't actually tried to boot up the game since then. Anomalies. There we go. Thank you. That's what they're called. Is that regular or no? That's the hyper, or that's the other one. But yeah, no, the game definitely gets harder. I will say base game was not the worst. Also, I don't think we can communicate with Sage that we're doing a sub quest. So this monster does have a screen. Good to know. Good. Okay. Glad I got that hit. Should have waited. Really? That didn't connect? That's sad. Alright, and it's going all the way down here. Let's see if I can keep Valor State going for long enough. Hammer time. Very good. Very good. Okay. Yo! Welcome back, Phazon. How's your food? Just keep getting knocked around. Forget how jumpy this monster is. Are there any Renopolos down here? I do need parts for them. No, there aren't. Damn. Mid as fuck, honestly. KFC does not hit the same anymore. Honestly, so I've switched to Popeyes. And they got some great chicken sandwiches. Highly recommend. And oftentimes, at least in my area, they constantly go on buy one, get one free. So you can get like 2 chicken sandwiches for $6. Which is a pretty solid deal. Although if you're ordering it off of like online, it's obviously going to be like closer to 12 to 15. But then you don't have to go pick it up. Never have had Popeyes. It's good. If you're looking for like a decent fried chicken place, it's solid. If you want fast food fried chicken. I crave Dash Juice for Swax. I'm addicted. No. What have I done? That's right. Hunting Horn is actually the gateway drug into Dash Juice. Yeah, chicken sandwiches are bomb. For sure. But, I mean, specifically the Popeyes ones are great. Sent my Kinsect at its head and it died. Hilarious. As it goes. Yeah, you've had the Popeyes one. Solid. Again, good chicken sandwich. Big fan. All right, Ruby. You get the last quest of today. Eight-hour stream? No. And in fact, if you post, wow, I'm going to end the stream. Nobody's got the energy for 8-hour streams anymore. LMAO. Alright, what should I run for the last stream? Or for the last hunt here? Honestly, this could be fun. Or something like that. What do I have set on here as decos? Stender. Okay. Maybe I'll do 3 hunts today and move into different games. I like to take my time. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I am of the same way when it comes to certain games. Maybe like story-based games, I'm like more willing to do stuff, but like long-form games, I like to take my time. All right, you're safe for now. I was queued up to immediately end stream if I went up here. I was in a do not test me kind of mood. I had picked out a raid target and everything. I was just gonna go straight to the end stream screen and click the button to raid into someone. It would have been funny. It would have been. Another time maybe. Leave everyone in chat. Nah, fuck, I should have done that. Nah, maybe we'll do it if I ever go for an extra hour, like a 4-hour stream or something. You're making it more desirable. Nah, the moment's lost. No, the sudden ending of a stream though is it is a funny bit, but it is nothing more than a bit. It's never something I take seriously enough for it to be like a thing. I need a new transmog because the astral gets boring. I mean, yeah, go for it. I used to be like a big note taker, so like I would do like preview like 6 different monster sets, and then I would, you know, write down, oh well, does this piece go well with this piece, and does this piece go well with this piece, and you know, and then I lost patience for it all. No! I got knocked. Really? That hit me? Hypermitsu. It's a good monster. That's alright, we'll just save your mash. Don't forget your other dodges. Those are important. Ah. So used to dodging the dodge and not dodging to dodge. If that makes sense. Should heal. I don't wanna. I just want to keep playing the game. Hyper Soul Mitsu would have been dangerous now that I think about it. Oh, absolutely. I mean, Hyper Mitsu's already a pretty dangerous creature in and of itself. Like, people should be afraid of this monster. Alright, that's a good start, I guess. Sad. Wow, I could have had the button there for Adept, but I've done messed up. Ow. There we go. Please don't hit me. Good. No, I needed that. Sad, I got launched. There we go. Oh, I got hit by all the bubbles. No. Oh, that's so sad. I was clicking good buttons too. The quest is gonna end here, isn't it? I'm gonna start sharpening my weapon, and then I'm gonna hear the victory music. And I'm gonna be sad. I guess a mount's going on. I got time. He got stuck in a corner, to be fair. I know. I should have prioritized, though. I was going to try and mash out of it, and then I got hit by second bubbles. And then at that point, I was stun locked and getting jumped on. It was a rough situation, for sure. Albeit, you see, here's the thing. I always look for ways I could have avoided said situation. It's always an important thing for me. Grab some tail. And then there were a few situations where I could have definitely clicked better buttons. I definitely made some mistakes while doing the combos. Were very much so avoidable. Very good. Gold. What's nice about so here's the thing with the Adept Longsword that's cool comparatively to that of like Guild or the other ones. That like 2-hit slash that I do costs no spirit gauge. Like I just have to tap the monster one time. Hello. Like my final carve, please. But like the yeah, it costs like no spirit gauge to get that off. And so like basically as long as you get that dodge hit, you're guaranteed to go up at least one level in spirit gauge. As long as you're hitting all your buttons right. Which is great. Dash juice, my love. Well, very good last hunt for the day. Let's go ahead and find a raid target. Congola just died to poison, as it goes. Why me? We're all victims, don't worry. All right, let's go see who's currently streaming, though, before I end the stream for today. Perhaps there's another GU player floating around. But if not, I do have a target in mind. I haven't seen them live in a while, so it's kind of cool to see them online again. But they're a Diddy Kong racing streamer, and they do a lot of... Oh, never mind. They have just stopped streaming. In that case... Oh, here's someone. Azura's Pond is playing MHGU. So we're going to go raid them. But for everyone who came out, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure getting to stream for you all, as always. I am going to be live tomorrow doing some Amori, probably around 3 o'clock EST, so Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that is for you. I do not know, but, you know, that's when I'm going to be live. If anybody wants to join the Discord, I do have one. Everyone's more than welcome. If they, you know, are looking for people to hunt with and play games with off stream. But otherwise, have a wonderful evening, you all. Go say hi to Azura's Pond for me, and I will catch you all later. Bye.